Every Thursday near 11, I take the table by the glass, where the fishing boats move slowly and the pale-winged seabirds pass. Mabel brings a cup of coffee, sets the morning paper down, while the postman walks the seawall from the far end of the town. I know the rhythm of his footsteps, know the creaking of the floor, know the bell above the entrance when he pushes through the door. There are bills and folded notices, postcards sent from mountain views, but I watch his leather satchel for one envelope from you. Thursday mail by the window, come across the restless blue. Bring the rain from foreign rooftops, bring one tender word from you. I can wait beside the harbor, I can watch the tide withdraw, but Thursday mail by the window is the hope I'm waiting for. You left wearing your gray overcoat, with one suitcase in your hand. You said work beyond the ocean would be brief and carefully planned. Then the steamer pulled from harbor and the ropes fell from the quay. Even after smoke had vanished, you were standing next to me. Now the wall clock marks the silence and the radio murmurs low. Coffee warms my hands a moment, then the warmth begins to go. Still each Thursday finds me waiting where the window meets the sea, for a page in your handwriting can return your voice to me. Thursday mail by the window, come across the restless blue. Bring the rain from foreign rooftops, bring one tender word from you. I can wait beside the harbor, I can watch the tide withdraw, but Thursday mail by the window is the hope I'm waiting for. Today the postman paused beside me, touched his cap and gave a smile. From beneath the folded newspaper came your letter, worn by miles. I did not break the seal that moment, I just held it in my hand, while the sunlight crossed the table like a road across the sand. Maybe love is not a promise spoken loudly at goodbye. Maybe love is patient paper crossing underneath the sky. All the distance gathered softly in the envelope I bore, and the bell above the doorway did not sound lonely anymore. Thursday mail by the window, you have crossed the restless blue. You have brought the world inside here with one tender word from Now the tide may leave the harbor, now the shadows climb the wall. Thursday mail by the window brought your heart across it all. The envelope rests beside my saucer, cream and softened by the rain, with a postmark from a harbor I have only seen by name. There is blue ink in the corner, there are numbers blurred and damp, and your handwriting beneath a small and faded foreign stamp. I traced the road the letter traveled, with a finger slow and light, through the sorting rooms and stations, through some unfamiliar night. Every crease becomes a railway, every stain a distant shore, and the miles that stood between us feel less endless than before. Your name on a foreign stamp, under skies I've never known, made the whole wide world grow smaller, made this table feel like home. Though the sea has kept you distant, and the months have burned their lamp, I can touch the road between us in your name beneath the stamp. Outside, bicycles pass slowly, and the striped cafe awning sways. Mabel polishes the glasses in the quiet noonday haze. She knows I have not opened it, she lets silence fill the room, while the coffee and the sea wind mix like memory and perfume. I remember how you formed each letter, how your final words would lean, as though every line were sheltering the thought that lay between. Even under foreign weather, even far beyond the phone, your hand has kept its gentle manner, and it leads my spirit home. Your name on a foreign stamp, under skies I've never known, made the whole wide world grow smaller, made this table feel like home. Though the sea has kept you distant, and the months have burned their lamp, I can touch the road between us in your name beneath the stamp. At last I lift the paper open, hear its dry and fragile sound. For a moment all the harbor seems to hush itself around. Your first sentence plain and steady, I still dream beside the shore, and the room that held my waiting does not seem so wide anymore. There are maps behind the counter, there are ships beyond the bay, but no compass marks the distance that a heart must cross each day. One small stamp can hold an ocean, one known hand can light a lamp, and a lonely man finds comfort in a name beneath a stamp. Your name on a foreign foreign stamp. Under skies I've never known, made the whole wide world grow smaller, made my waiting less alone. Let the miles remain between us, let the tide rise at the ramp. I have found a road to follow in your name beneath the stamp. At noon the harbor loses color, white sun resting on the bay. The shadows under tables almost fade and slip away. Your letter opens near my coffee, held beneath a silver spoon, while the steam above the china disappears too soon. You wrote of crowded railway platforms, of a rented room upstairs, of bells that wake the narrow streets and winter in the air. You wrote, I carry you beside me, then I cannot yet come home. A loving sentence warms the fingers, while it leaves the heart alone. Coffee growing cold at noon, dark beneath the silver spoon. I can taste the quiet waiting in the corners of the room. You are near enough for dreaming, far enough to leave me blue, like coffee growing cold at noon, while I read the words from you. A young pair enters from the boardwalk, sharing one umbrella wide. He removes her coat with care and pulls the wooden chair beside. They speak softly of the picture show, of dancing Friday night. I fold your letter at the middle and turn toward the harbor light. Mabel brings a warmer potful, but I ask her not to pour. There are moments we must finish without asking them for more. So I lift the cooling coffee, bitter now but clean and true, and I drink the whole cup slowly as I read the page anew. Coffee growing cold at noon, dark beneath the silver spoon. I can taste the quiet waiting in the corners of the room. You are near enough for dreaming, far enough to leave me blue, like coffee growing cold at noon, while I read the words from you. At the bottom of the letter, in a line I nearly missed, you wrote, keep our window table, keep one Thursday on your list. There was no date or assurance, only something small and kind, yet the sentence made a doorway in the walls around my mind. Waiting need not be a prison. Love need not explain the sea. Some things stay without an answer and are beautiful to me. I will walk when noon is over, let the salt wind cross my face, and return when Thursday morning brings its light into this place. Coffee growing cold at noon, dark beneath the silver spoon. You are far but not forgotten. I will not surrender, June. There is warmth beneath the silence, there is courage in the blue. Even coffee growing cold at noon can hold a thought of you. Before the morning shutters open, before the gulls descend and call, Mabel sets 2 cups together at the table by the wall. She wipes the window, folds the linen, places violets where they'll stay, then turns the second chair towards sunlight, the chair the waitress saved. She remembers how you entered with the rain upon your coat, how you warmed your hands on china, how you laughed about the boat. She remembers your last morning when your suitcase crossed the quay, and I stood beside the window as your ship moved out to sea. The chair the waitress saved still waits beside my own. No velvet rope, no written notice, just a kindness quietly shown. When the room is full of strangers and my courage starts to fade, I find a little room for hope in the chair the waitress saved. On Saturdays the cafe fills with fishermen and families, children asking after honey, damp coats hanging by the eaves. Someone always points beside me, asks if that chair might be free. Mabel smiles and says it's taken, then brings another quietly. I once told her not to bother, that the months had grown too long. She placed warm bread before me while the radio played a song. Then she said, the tide is patience, every harbor learns to wait. And she turned your chair towards sunset as the clock approached to 8. The chair the waitress saved still waits beside my own. No velvet rope, no written notice, just a kindness quietly shown. When the room is full of strangers and my courage starts to fade, I find a little room for hope in the chair the waitress saved. This Thursday, when I came in early, there were flowers in a glass. The chair stood close beside me, not a relic of the past. I laid your foreign letter on it, let the folded paper rest, and for once the empty silence did not tighten in my chest. Some will promise with a trumpet, some will swear beneath the moon, but Mabel speaks through cups and linens, through a chair in quiet room. Love survives in humble gestures, in the space kind people make, in a seat kept near the window for a traveler's return's sake. The chair the waitress saved still waits beside my own, but now it feels less like an absence, more a sign that leads you home. When the harbor darkens softly and the final day workers wave, I leave tomorrow's hope behind on the chair the waitress saved. The morning mail was tied with string and stacked beside the till. Mabel placed one envelope beside me, pale and still. The paper bore no long address, no story from afar, only your familiar writing and a blue 5-pointed star. I opened it beside the window as a freighter crossed the sun. There was neither introduction nor an ending when begun, just 3 lines across the paper, written small and carefully, like 3 lamps along a shoreline, calling through the sea. 3 lines from across the sea. That was all you sent to me. I remember our small window, I still love you patiently. Keep the chair beside the water, soon you'll understand from me. All my heart began returning through 3 lines from across the sea. For weeks I had imagined every reason you were gone, a lost address, a change of feeling, or a life that carried on. I had watched the Sunday steamers turn to shadows in the west, while the doubt I never mentioned made a harbor in my chest. But your lines held no apology, no promise dressed in gold. They were plain as bread at breakfast, warm as hands against the cold. I read them till the folded edges softened underneath my thumb, and the silence that had frightened me became a quiet drum. 3 lines from across the sea. That was all you sent to me. I remember our small window, I still love you patiently. Keep the chair beside the water, soon you'll understand from me. All my heart began returning through 3 lines from across the sea. I placed the letter in my breast pocket, paid for coffee, stepped outside. The afternoon had washed the harbor in a softer silver tide. Every ship seemed less like distance, every bell less like goodbye, and the gulls above the warehouses opened wide against the sky. Love is not the length of letters, nor the grandeur of a vow. Sometimes love is what stays steady when it cannot travel now. You may send me only fragments, but between each line I see every road that brings you closer, every mile returning thee. 3 lines from across the sea, small enough to set me free. I remember our small window, I still love you patiently. Keep the chair beside the water, soon you'll understand from me. Till the whole truth reaches harbor, I'll keep those lines close to me. It came on Monday, not on Thursday, in a rain-dark afternoon. The postman left it with the baker, who brought it to the room. It was thicker than your others, with my full name written slow, and a crease across the corner, like a road I did not know. I carried it along the seawall, held it underneath my coat. Every bell and passing footstep seemed to tighten in my throat. At the cafe, Mabel saw me pull the window curtain wide, then placed the unopened letter by the empty chair beside. The envelope I feared to open lay between the sea and me. I imagined every farewell that a folded page could be. But a heart cannot find shelter in the shadows it has spoken. So I reached across the table for the envelope I feared to open. I watched a steamer leave the harbor, watched its smoke dissolve in gray. I counted 7 wooden pilings, then I looked the other way. The paper carried something solid, something hidden, smooth and thin. I wondered if it held the ending I had feared would soon begin. Mabel did not ask a question, she just warmed the china pot. Sometimes kindness means remaining when another voice cannot. At last I slipped my thumb beneath it, heard the fibers slowly part, and the sound was barely louder than the beating of my heart. The envelope I feared to open lay between the sea and me. I imagined every farewell that a folded page could be. But a heart cannot find shelter in the shadows it has spoken. So I reached across the table for the envelope I feared to open. Inside there was a sailing ticket, dated for the end of May, and a photograph of your hands on a railing in the bay. Underneath, in careful writing, I have saved enough to leave. Do not fear the length of silence, there is more for us to believe. All the endings I invented fell like rain from window glass. Fear had built a room around me, one small truth had let me pass. Not each silence means desertion, not each seal conceals goodbye. Sometimes hope arrives much heavier for the miles it had to fly. Harbor bells before departure must be ringing where you are. Waking rooms above the shipyard, shaking windows near and far. Your suitcase waits beside the gangway, your ticket folded in your glove. While the morning climbs the chimneys of the town you learn to love. Here the cafe opens early, and I watch our local bay. Though an ocean stands between us, both our harbors share the day. When the bell above me trembles, I can almost hear your shore, and imagine you look backward before leaving it once more. Harbor bells before departure ring across the waking foam. Tell the ship to turn her bow west, tell my wandering love, come home. Every mile that waits before you is a mile the sea must cross. Harbor bells before departure ring an ending to our loss. I have placed your chair beside me, polished buttons on my coat. Read the hour of your arrival from the ticket that you wrote. Mabel says I seem much younger. I just smile and check the time. Hope can make an old wall clock sound almost like a chime. I do not need a grand possession, nor a speech prepared by heart. I have learned through months of waiting that returning is an art. You will bring your warm valley's love, foreign dust upon your shoes. I will bring the patient silence that was never mine to lose. Harbor bells before departure ring across the waking foam. Tell the ship to turn her bow west. Tell my wandering love, come home. Every mile that waits before you is a mile the sea must cross. Harbor bells before departure ring an ending to our loss. By noon your ship will meet the open. By nightfall leave the coast behind. I will picture lanterns swaying while the dark sea turns unkind. But I will not fear the weather, nor the distance still to run. Every wave that rises under you carries you toward the sun. Home is not a painted doorway, not a street or harbor wall. Home is where one faithful table kept a place through it all. You were distant without leaving, I was lonely without blame. Now the bells release the silence, and the sea repeats your name. Harbor bells before departure ring across the brightening foam. Guide the ship toward our small window. Guide my faithful love back home. Every wave becomes a promise, every gull a silver song. Harbor bells before departure carry you where hearts are calm. The afternoon has filled the cafe with a honey-colored glow, turning every cup to amber, every grain of wood to gold. Your final letter rests before me, opened neatly at the seam, and the sunlight through the window moves across it like a dream. Outside, children chase the pigeons, white hats pass along the quay, and the tide moves through the pilings in its old familiar key. Mabel stands behind the counter, trying not to watch me read, while the clock above the doorway ticks breaks as softly as a seed. Your letter in the afternoon light said Thursday I'll be there. No grand vow beneath the sentence, just a date and simple care. And now the room no longer trembles, now the sea no longer frightens, for tomorrow has a doorway in your letter in the afternoon light. I read the line a second time, then read the sailing hour below. Your ship will enter near the lighthouse when the western waters glow. I imagine your worn suitcase, your coat darkened by the spray, and the way you'll pause outside here, searching for the words to say. I will not rehearse a welcome, I will not arrange a speech. Some things lose their quiet beauty when we plan for them too much. I will sit beside the window, let the coffee warm my hand, and when the bell above you trembles, I will simply rise and stand. Your letter in the afternoon light said Thursday I'll be there. No grand vow beneath the sentence, just a date and simple care. Now the room no longer trembles, now the sea no longer frightens, for tomorrow has a doorway in your letter in the afternoon light. Mabel brings the second cup down from the highest cupboard shelf. She removes the little flowers, sets the chair beside myself. No one speaks about the waiting, no one counts the months gone by. The harbor keeps its own forgiveness underneath the evening sky. Then a steamer sounds beyond us, low and steady through the air. Every face turns toward the window, but I remain seated there. I fold your letter very slowly, place it safely in my coat, while the first small harbor lanterns wake and shimmer near the boat. Love was never in the distance, nor the ink, nor foreign rain. Love was in returning Thursday, in believing once again. It was carried by the postman, kept by hands both worn and kind, till one ordinary sentence changed the weather of my mind. Your letter in the afternoon light said Thursday I'll be there. And the whole room turned to welcome, even silence turned to prayer. Let the last sun cross the harbor, let the cafe windows brighten. I will meet you by the doorway with your letter in the afternoon light. Every Thursday near 11, I take the table by the glass, where the fishing boats move slowly and the pale-winged seabirds pass. Mabel brings a cup of coffee, sets the morning paper down, while the postman walks the seawall from the far end of the town. I know the rhythm of his footsteps, know the creaking of the floor, know the bell above the entrance when he pushes through the door. There are bills and folded notices, postcards sent from mountain views, but I watch his leather satchel for one envelope from you. Thursday mail by the window, come across the restless blue. Bring the rain from foreign rooftops, bring one tender word from you. I can wait beside the harbor, I can watch the tide withdraw, but Thursday mail by the window is the hope I'm waiting for. You left wearing your gray overcoat, with one suitcase in your hand. You said work beyond the ocean would be brief and carefully planned. Then the steamer pulled from harbor and the ropes fell from the quay. Even after smoke had vanished, you were standing next to me. Now the wall clock marks the silence and the radio murmurs low. Coffee warms my hands a moment, then the warmth begins to go. Still each Thursday finds me waiting where the window meets the sea, for a page in your handwriting can return your voice to me. Thursday mail by the window, come across the restless blue. Bring the rain from foreign rooftops, bring one tender word from you. I can wait beside the harbor, I can watch the tide withdraw, but Thursday mail by the window is the hope I'm waiting for. Today the postman paused beside me, touched his cap and gave a smile. From beneath a folded newspaper came your letter, worn by miles. I did not break the seal that moment, I just held it in my hand, while the sunlight crossed the table like a road across the sand. Maybe love is not a promise spoken loudly at goodbye. Maybe love is patient paper crossing underneath the sky. All the distance gathered softly in the envelope I bore, and the bell above the doorway did not sound lonely anymore. Thursday mail by the window, you have crossed the restless blue. You have brought the world inside here with one tender word from you. Now the tide may leave the harbor, now the shadows climb the wall. Thursday mail by the window brought your heart across it all. rest beside my saucer, cream and softened by the rain, with a postmark from a harbor I have only seen by name. There is blue ink in the corner, there are numbers blurred and damp, and your handwriting beneath a small and faded foreign stamp. I trace the road the letter traveled, with a finger slow and light, through the sorting rooms and stations, through some unfamiliar night. Every crease becomes a railway, every stain a distant shore, and the miles that stood between us feel less endless than before. Your name on a foreign stamp, under skies I've never known, made the whole wide world grow smaller, made this table feel like home. Though the sea has kept you distant, and the months have burned their lamp, I can touch the road between us in your name beneath the stamp. Outside, bicycles pass slowly, and the striped cafe awning sways. Mabel polishes the glasses in the quiet noonday haze. She knows I have not opened it, she lets silence fill the room, while the coffee and the sea wind mix like memory and perfume. I remember how you formed each letter, how your final words would lean, as though every line were sheltering the thought that lay between. Even under foreign weather, even far beyond the foam, your hand has kept its gentle manner, and it leads my spirit home. Your name on a foreign stamp, under skies I've never known, made the whole wide world grow smaller, made this table feel like home. Though the sea has kept you distant, and the months have burned their lamp, I can touch the road between us in your name beneath the stamp. At last I lift the paper open, hear its dry and fragile sound. For a moment all the harbor seems to hush itself around. Your first sentence plain and steady, I still dream beside the shore, and the room that held my waiting does not seem so wide anymore. There are maps behind the counter, there are ships beyond the bay, but no compass marks the distance that a heart must cross each day. One small stamp can hold an ocean, one known hand can light a lamp, and a lonely man finds comfort in a name beneath a stamp. Your name on a foreign stamp, under skies I've never known, made the whole wide world grow smaller, made my waiting less alone. Let the miles remain between us, Let the tide rise at the ramp. I have found a road to follow, in your name beneath the stamp.
At noon the harbor loses color, white sun resting on the bay. The shadows under tables almost fade and slip away. Your letter opens near my coffee, held beneath the silver spoon, while the steam above the china disappears too soon. You wrote of crowded railway platforms, of a rented room upstairs, of bells that wake the narrow streets and winter in the air. You wrote, I carry you beside me, then I cannot yet come home. A loving sentence warms the fingers while it leaves the heart alone. Coffee growing cold at noon, dark beneath the silver spoon. I can taste the quiet waiting in the corners of the room. You are near enough for dreaming, far enough to leave me blue, like coffee growing cold at noon, while I read the words from you. A young pair enters from the boardwalk, sharing one umbrella wide. He removes her coat with care and pulls the wooden chair beside. They speak softly of the picture show, of dancing Friday night. I fold your letter at the middle and turn toward the harbor light. Mabel brings a warmer potful, but I ask her not to pour. There are moments we must finish without asking them for more. So I lift the cooling coffee, bitter now but clean and true, and I drink the whole cup slowly as I read the page anew. Coffee growing cold at noon, dark beneath the silver spoon. I can taste the quiet waiting in the corners of the room. You are near enough for dreaming, far enough to leave me blue, like coffee growing cold at noon, while I read the words from you. At the bottom of the letter, in a line I nearly missed, you wrote, keep our window table, keep one Thursday on your list. There was no date or assurance, only something small and kind, yet the sentence made a doorway in the walls around my mind. Waiting need not be a prison, love need not explain the sea.
Some things stay without an answer and are beautiful to me. I will walk when noon is over, let the salt wind cross my face, and return when Thursday morning brings its light into this place. Coffee growing cold at noon, dark beneath the silver spoon. You are far but not forgotten, I will not surrender, June. There is warmth beneath the silence, there is courage in the blue. Even coffee growing cold at noon can hold a thought of you. At noon the harbor loses color, white sun resting on the bay. The shadows under tables almost fade and slip away. Your letter opens near my coffee, held beneath the silver spoon, while the steam above the china disappears too soon. You wrote of crowded railway platforms, of a rented room upstairs, of bells that wake the narrow streets, and winter in the air. You wrote, I carry you beside me, then I cannot yet come home. A loving sentence warms the fingers, while it leaves the heart alone. Coffee growing cold at noon, dark beneath the silver spoon. I can taste the quiet waiting in the corners of the room. You are near enough for dreaming, far enough to leave me blue. Like coffee growing cold at noon, while I read the words from you. At noon the harbor loses color, white sun resting on the bay. The shadows under tables almost fade and slip away. Your letter opens near my coffee, held beneath the sea.
Before the morning shutters open, before the gulls descend and call, Mabel sets two cups together at the table by the wall. She wipes the window, folds the linen, places violets where they'll stay, then turns the second chair towards sunlight, the chair the waitress saved. She remembers how you entered with the rain upon your coat, how you warmed your hands on china, how you laughed about the boat. She remembers your last morning when your suitcase crossed the quay, and I stood beside the window as your ship moved out to sea. The chair the waitress saved still waits beside my own. No velvet rope, no written notice, just a kindness quietly shown. When the room is full of strangers and my courage starts to fade, I find a little room for hope in the chair the waitress saved. On Saturdays the cafe fills with fishermen and families, children asking after honey, damp coats hanging by the eaves. Someone always points beside me, asks if that chair might be free. Mabel smiles and says it's taken, then brings another quietly. I once told her not to bother, that the months had grown too long. She placed warm bread before me while the radio played a song. Then she said the tide is patience, every harbor learns to wait. And she turned your chair towards sunset as the clock approached 2 a.m. The chair the waitress saved still waits beside my own. No velvet rope, no written notice, just a kindness quietly shown. When the room is full of strangers and my courage starts to fade, I find a little room for hope in the chair the waitress saved. This Thursday when I came in early, there were flowers in a glass. The chair stood close beside me, not a relic of the past. I laid your foreign letter on it, let the folded paper rest, and for once the empty silence did not tighten in my chest. Some will promise with a trumpet, some will swear beneath the moon, but Mabel speaks through cups and linens, through a chair and quiet room. Love survives in humble gestures, in the space kind people make, in a seat kept near the window for a traveler's return sake. The chair the waitress saved still waits beside my own, but now it feels less like an absence, more a sign that leads you home. When the harbor darkens softly and the final day workers wave, I leave tomorrow's hope behind on the chair the waitress saved. The morning mail was tied with string and stacked beside the till. Mabel placed one envelope beside me, pale and still. The paper bore no long address, no story from afar, only your familiar writing and a blue 5-pointed star. I opened it beside the window as a freighter crossed the sun. There was neither introduction nor an ending when begun, just 3 lines across the paper, written small and carefully, like 3 lamps along a shoreline, calling through the sea. 3 lines from across the sea. That was all you sent to me. I remember our small window. I still love you patiently. Keep the chair beside the water. Soon you'll understand from me. Oh, my heart began returning through 3 lines from across the sea. For weeks I had imagined every reason you were gone, a lost address, a change of feeling, or a life that carried on. I had watched the Sunday steamers turn to shadows in the west, while the doubt I never mentioned made a harbor in my chest. But your lines held no apology, no promise dressed in gold. They were plain as bread at breakfast, warm as hands against the cold. I read them till the folded edges softened underneath my thumb, and the silence that had frightened me became a quiet drum. 3 lines from across the sea. That was all you sent to me. I remember our small window. I still love you patiently. Keep the chair beside the water. Soon you'll understand from me. Oh, my heart began returning through 3 lines from across the sea. I placed the letter in my breast pocket, paid for coffee, stepped outside. The afternoon had washed the harbor in a softer silver tide. Every ship seemed less like distance, every bell less like goodbye, and the gulls above the warehouses opened wide against the sky. Love is not the length of letters, nor the grandeur of a vow. Sometimes love is what stays steady when it cannot travel now. You may send me only fragments, but between each line I see every road that brings you closer, every mile returning thee. 3 lines from across the sea, small enough to set me free. I remember our small window. I still love you patiently. Keep the chair beside the water. Soon you'll understand from me. Till the whole truth reaches harbor, I'll keep those lines close to me. note came on Monday, not on Thursday, in a rain-dark afternoon. The postman left it with the baker, who brought it to the room. It was thicker than your others, with my full name written slow, and a crease across the corner, like a road I did not know. I carried it along the seawall, held it underneath my coat. Every bell and passing footstep seemed to tighten in my throat. At the cafe, Mabel saw me pull the window curtain wide, then placed the unopened letter by the empty chair beside. The envelope I feared to open lay between the sea and me. I imagined every farewell that a folded page could be. But a heart cannot find shelter in the shadows it has spoken. So I reached across the table for the envelope I feared to open. I watched a steamer leave the harbor, watched its smoke dissolve in gray. I counted 7 wooden pilings, then I looked the other way. The paper carried something solid, something hidden, smooth and thin. I wondered if it held the ending I had feared would soon begin. Mabel did not ask a question, she just warmed the china pot. Sometimes kindness means remaining when another voice cannot. At last I slipped my thumb beneath it, heard the fibers slowly part, and the sound was barely louder than the beating of my heart. The envelope I feared to open lay between the sea and me. I imagined every farewell that a folded page could be. But a heart cannot find shelter in the shadows it has spoken. So I reached across the table for the envelope I feared to open. Inside there was a sailing ticket, dated for the end of May, and a photograph of your hands on a railing in the bay. Underneath, in careful writing, I have saved enough to leave. Do not fear the length of silence, there is more for us to believe. All the endings I invented fell like rain from window glass. Fear had built a room around me, one small truth had let me pass. Not each silence means desertion, not each seal conceals goodbye. Sometimes hope arrives much heavier for the miles it had to fly. before departure must be ringing where you are. Waking rooms above the shipyard, shaking windows near and far. Your suitcase waits beside the gangway, your ticket folded in your glove, while the morning climbs the chimneys of the town you learned to love. Here the cafe opens early, and I watch our local bay. Though an ocean stands between us, both our harbors share the day. When the bell above me trembles, I can almost hear your shore, and imagine you look backward before leaving it once more. Harbor bells before departure ring across the waking foam. Tell the ship to turn her bow west, tell my wandering love, come home. Every mile that waits before you is a mile the sea must cross. Harbor bells before departure ring an ending to our loss. I have placed your chair beside me, polished buttons on my coat. Read the hour of your arrival from the ticket that you wrote. Mabel says I seem much younger. I just smile and check the time. Hope can make an old wall clock sound almost like a chime. I do not need a grand possession, nor a speech prepared by heart. I have learned through months of waiting that returning is an art. You will bring your worn valise, love, for in dust upon your shoes. I will bring the patient silence that was never mine to lose. Harbor bells before departure ring across the waking foam. Tell the ship to turn her bow west, tell my wandering love, come home. Every mile that waits before you is a mile the sea must cross. Harbor bells before departure ring an ending to our loss. By noon your ship will meet the open, by nightfall leave the coast behind. I will picture lanterns swaying while the dark sea turns unkind. But I will not fear the weather, nor the distance still to run. Every wave that rises under you carries you toward the sun. Home is not a painted doorway, not a street or harbor wall. Home is where one faithful table kept a place through it all. You were distant without leaving, I was lonely without blame. Now the bells release the silence, and the sea repeats your name. Harbor bells before departure ring across the brightening foam. Guide the ship toward our small window,
guide my faithful love back home. Every wave becomes a promise, every gull a silver song. Harbor bells before departure carry you where hearts are calm.
The afternoon has filled the cafe with a honey-colored glow, turning every cup to amber, every grain of wood to gold. Your final letter rests before me, opened neatly at the seam, and the sunlight through the window moves across it like a dream. Outside, children chase the pigeons, white hats pass along the quay, and the tide moves through the pilings in its old familiar key. Mabel stands behind the counter, trying not to watch me read, while the clock above the doorway ticks as softly as a seed. Your letter in the afternoon light said, Thursday I'll be there. No grand vow beneath the sentence, just a date and simple care. Now the room no longer trembles, now the sea no longer frightens, for tomorrow has a doorway in your letter in the afternoon light. I read the line a second time, then read the sailing hour below. Your ship will enter near the lighthouse when the western waters glow. I imagine your worn suitcase, your coat darkened by the spray, and the way you'll pause outside here, searching for the words to say. I will not rehearse a welcome, I will not arrange a speech. Some things lose their quiet beauty when we plan for them too much. I will sit beside the window, let the coffee warm my hand, and when the bell above you trembles, I will simply rise and stand. Your letter in the afternoon light said, Thursday I'll be there. No grand vow beneath the sentence, just a date and simple care. Now the room no longer trembles, now the sea no longer frightens, for tomorrow has a doorway in your letter in the afternoon light. Mabel brings the second cup down from the highest cupboard shelf. She removes the little flowers, sets the chair beside myself. No one speaks about the waiting, no one counts the months gone by. The harbor keeps its own forgiveness underneath the evening sky. Then a steamer sounds beyond us, low and steady through the air. Every face turns toward the window, but I remain seated there.
I fold your letter very slowly, place it safely in my coat, while the first small harbor lanterns wake and shimmer near the boat. Love was never in the distance, nor the ink, nor foreign rain. Love was in returning Thursday, in believing once again. It was carried by the postman, kept by hands both worn and kind, till one ordinary sentence changed the weather of my mind. Your letter in the afternoon light said, Thursday I'll be there. And the whole room turned to welcome, even silence turned to prayer. Let the last sun cross the harbor, let the cafe windows brighten. I will meet you by the doorway with your letter in the afternoon light.